Hi everybody, this is Alex Deploy from Expert Forex. Today I'll be presenting part 2, formatting of your charts. This is part of our basic dealing and charting skill course. The approach that I'm going to take is to format a profile, and you'll see what a profile means later on, of charts, and we'll go through that whole process, and during that process you'll learn all the elements of formatting charts. So let's move on and start the process. All right. What we're going to be doing is we're going to first load the pound USD chart into our work area, and I'm going to be using this on a practical basis. So when you load up your demo account, it will come and it'll look something like this. What you can do is just delete all the charts so that you've got a clear working area, and we then load charts by either clicking on the new chart icon, going to the chart we want to load, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to load the pound USD. Now that's the format that the chart comes down in, and it isn't all that clear or doesn't stand out that much. So what we're going to be doing is going through a process of changing the look of our charts so that they become more user friendly and that we can use them for trading. So let's move on to the next slide. And so we've completed that step. We have downloaded the chart. It is in green color and black, not very user friendly, and we need to format our charts needs. So the first step is to go to the chart properties, and I'll show you how to do it. You right click on the chart, and that takes you to the chart properties, and you can then change the settings to a more user friendly type of layout. So I'm going to do that, and I've given you the example. That's the old layout that they've got, and all you do is you copy what we've got there. So let's do just that. And let's see if we can actually do that. Okay, so we can, yeah, that's what we're going to try and copy. And what I do is I right click on the chart, go to properties, and out it brings it, and there's our old format, as you can see right there. And all I'm going to do is copy what I've already got there. So white, that is black, silver, oh, it doesn't really matter. uh, that's good enough. A is bar up is black, bar down is also black, bull candles are blue, so that's the blue there, and bear candles are red, so that's the red there. Then we have line graph, which is black. Volumes we keep the same. Oh, that doesn't change. We can change that to green. Oops, not teal. That's supposed to be green. Okay. All right. So now we've set up, except for silver, and I'm not quite sure where silver is located. There's silver. Okay. So we've got all our charts now set up, and we can press OK. All right. It doesn't quite look that way, but I'll increase the size of the chart and also turn it into candlesticks. So there we are. So what I've done is I've increased the size, I've zoomed in, and I've changed it to a candlestick chart. So now we have more or less the layout that we want to have. So let's I'm going to just take that away. So there we are. That we've done the step there, and as you can see, we now have more or less that kind of structure in our chart. It's a little bit easier to read, and now we've done quite a bit of work on those charts. And so what we want to do, and I'll just maximize that. No, we can maximize. Oops, that's too much. Make it the full size. what's nice now is we don't have to repeat that process at all, because we can actually save that setup as a template. So what I'm going to do is save this. I'm going to go template, save template, and I'm going to save it as candles. Now I've already got candles. What you could do is just type in candle. Oh, in fact, let me do candles. I'll type it in and I'll say save. Now it says yes, you have it, so I'll replace it. So this is now a template that we can, when we load our next chart, you'll see we don't have to go through the process again. We have now got a template to help us with that. So very important. Save the new settings as a template called candles. That's exactly what we've done. Right clicked on the chart, gone to templates, save templates, and we saved it as candles. Now that's really handy. Now, so what do we do next? Is we now load another chart, and here I'm suggesting the franc. We right click on that and then load the templates chart, and it should then have the same format as the pound dollar chart. We then go to the window and we tile vertically. Okay, so let's do that and see how much faster this goes. So we go load a file. There's the franc. It comes in really ugly. We load the template and we load candles, and there we have our franc chart set up as candles. Then we go to window, tile vertically, and what that does is it puts the two charts that we've just created next to each other. Okay, so now the charts are starting to look a little bit better, aren't they? So let's see what the next step is. Alright, so the chart should look like that. And oh, right, now what we want to do is the next time we use the charts, we want these charts to be available in that format for the next time that we do. And what we can then do is we can save this not as a template but as a profile, because it consists of a number of charts. Profiles consist of a number of charts. Templates apply to single charts. So we're going to save this as a profile called pound franc, because those are the two charts that we've got, and we can then save that. Now let me show you how we do that. There's our charts. Now you can either go to file, profile, save as, and we said we're going to call it pound franc, CHF. Save this as pound franc. So okay, now you'll see that the name pound franc appears at the bottom. That says that this is now a profile, and should we want to, and I'm going to just go to another profile. There's another profile that exists, but let's go back to our pound franc, and there it is. So great, we don't have to do all the work that we've just done. We don't have to set up the templates and all that type of thing. We've got a ready-made profile, and the next time we open our MetaTrader, it will either open directly on this profile, or you can go and select our profile. Now you've seen how I selected. That is the profile menu. It has a drop down, and you can then see all of the profiles that you've got, and it shows you this is the one that's active, and that's the one that pretty neat labor saving activity there. So let's move on and see what the program has in store there. Alright, so we can change, there's some sundry chart formatting that's changing the type of chart that you have, the time frame that the chart is in, and also the compression of your chart. So I'll just go through those three items and what I'm going to do is I'm going to maximize the pound and show you how this works. So the first thing that we're going to do is the type of charts. Now generally charts are traded in the candlestick format because it gives the most information. Essentially, red candles means that the price has moved down over the period of the candle, and these charts are 1 hour charts. You can see the 1 hour is highlighted. That means every candle on this chart represents the 1 hour movement of the price. If we want to see the 15-minute candles, we just press that, and immediately the chart loads on the 15-minute base. 15 minutes, there we go, 5 minutes, and 1 minute. And we can go, oh, now you can, all right, the 1 minute doesn't look as nice as the others because this is in particular the dead period of the day where the volumes are very low, and this is like the doldrums area that this particular recording is taking place. But you can then flip to the 4 hour, you can flip to the daily, see what the charts are doing on the daily, the 1 week, and even the monthly. We can see how the 10 years of history from 1999 to 2010. You've got 10 years of history. You can see how the pound lost its value in 2009 during the oil price uh, crisis that happened, and the pound just lost all its value then, and it's battling to recover it. So that's how you set the time frames that you want your charts to be on. Very quick. You can view the overall, and we'll go back to the power to the 1 hour. So that's the time frames ones that I've just shown you now, and then the formats. We've got it on candle. You can set it for line chart, but you can see the line chart only links up the closing price after at the end of each period. So the line charts don't give you as much information as the candles, which actually tell you how far it spiked and how far the movement was. Again, let's look at the line chart. Some people use the line charts just to give them an overall feel and look. It simplifies the charts a lot, makes them less busy, but they have very little value actually in trading, because they ignore the spikes that happen, and those are the things that will take your stops or your limits and things like that. Then the only other method that you might be thinking of using is the bar chart setup. Again, you lose a lot of value because you don't see the colors showing you who's in charge, the bulls or the bears. The candlesticks basically tell you the bulls are in charge when it's a blue candle, and the red candlesticks tell you the bears are in charge. So they are a lot more informative, and the wicks are a lot clearer than on the bar chart. So those are the three charts that you can use. We suggest the candlestick because it definitely does give you the maximum information. Now you can compress your charts. At the moment, this compression is an easy on the eye compression, but if you want to make them smaller, you just zoom out and you can make them smaller. That's smaller, that's smaller, and obviously you then lose the value of your candlesticks, so that it gets so small that you can't even see the candlesticks. Now let's increase it. All right, you can start seeing the candlesticks. There's the candlesticks now. Increase it further, increase it further, and that's it. So it depends on how you want to view your charts, and you can increase them or decrease them accordingly. That's about a nice balanced view that you can have. Okay, so hopefully that helps you a little bit. Now let's see if we can move on to what's next. The other area that maybe we should have put into the actual templates, because this is a permanent need, is the auto scroll and the chart shift facilities. Now I'll just show you how those work. Sometimes it's not nice having the price right against the right hand barrier, so what you would do is you just shift it away, and that gives you a little bit more time, and that becomes handy when you're drawing trend lines and things like that. It just gives you a little bit more workspace on this side. And then the auto scroll, when that is on, it will always take you to the latest price action. So if I were to scroll away, it automatically brings me back. So it's a nuisance if you don't know. If you switch it off, then you can go into history and no problem, it won't take you back. But the minute you switch it on, it will at the next at the next price change, it zips you back to the beginning. So this is a standard setting. We like having a little bit of a gap there, and we also like an auto scroll that takes us back, but you can switch those items off. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, then one of the last things to look at is the other settings that you can set on your chart, and I'm just going to show you how. You right click and you go to properties, and that's the one area that we've already looked at, but you can then look at common areas, and and this will then allow you a few more options. For instance, show period separators. If you click that, it will show you the daily barrier. So there's 24 hours between that. That's 24 hours. So it's right on the daily barrier right now, and there we have. So these are called period separators. On the 1 hour, it would be a separated 24-hour period. If you go to the 4 hour, it might do a weekly. Yeah, that's a weekly. On the daily, it might do a month, and on the weekly, it might do a year, and on the monthly, it might do a decade, or it might do a year too. So that's also a year. So weekly also does a year, and daily is a month. Okay, so the period separators come in handy sometimes when you're back testing and checking your results. So I'm going to switch that off. Boom, and you just switch that off. Now please remember that charts are always shown as selling prices. If you want to see the buy prices, you can also click that. Click OK, and now you can see the selling price and the buy price at the same time. Sometimes that's handy when you buying, to remind yourself that you're actually not buying at that level, you're buying at that level. The difference between the sell and the buy price, remember, is the spread. So if you want to see the buy prices on your charts, you click that. Show that's the high low statistics. Those are those statistics there. It shows you the opening price, the high, the low, and then the closing price, and what scale you're on. If you don't want to see that anymore, because that's a lot of the information is already available, you just click that OK, and it disappears. um, so yeah, we like seeing that. So we keep show the grid. This cross grid. If I click this off, it will no longer show the grid, and it shows a nice clean chart. Some people like clean charts. Others prefer having a grid because it orientates them, orientates them quite well. And then there's also another a little block that we saw there. Show volumes. Click that, and it will show you the actual volumes. I don't find this one all that good. I actually prefer the volume indicator, and that gives you a much clearer view of what the volumes are, because it tells you which volumes were exceptional and which were rising volumes. The rising volumes are the red ones, the falling volumes are the green ones. So it also shows you, interesting looking at this chart, how the markets peak during the US and UK sessions and then just go right down when it's the Asian session. So there's the Asian session, there's the European session, and there's the US session, and then it goes right down again and repeats itself. Asian, European, US, and then something happened a while ago that caused a huge big jump. But so if you want to see your volumes in that format, you just click that. But as I say, I prefer the actual indicator. How you remove an indicator: again, you right click, you get your indicator list, there's volumes, click on it, and then you can delete it and close. That's it. All right, let's have a look. Is there anything else there all right, so we know that it's already on candlesticks. We've got our chart shift and your auto scroll clicked, so it will automatically default that way. And then the other one, which sometimes people use, is you can fix the scale. If you're not, if this chart is being squeezed too much because it's trended too much, and you only want to see the latest, you can actually say, don't start my chart on 486, start it on 501. So let's just, instead of 486, we're going to start at 501, and you'll see what it then does is it just does exactly that. It starts your chart at a different level. um, Not really of much importance that particularly, but those are are the setup things that you can do with charts. Yeah. Okay, that brings it back to normal. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see if there's anything else that we might that you might find. That's a template. The periods we've worked at, indicators. We've is a subject of another area. I just want to see if there's anything else that we've left out that you might find of interest. No, I think we've actually covered most of the setup options that you might have. And let's go on with the charts. Oh yes, so that is the end of the slides. So if you do have any further setup questions, if you're getting stuck somewhere, please send any questions to Mary MacArthur at info@expertforex, and she will help you directly. Otherwise, she will send it to me and I will be able to help you. But from Alex Deploy at Expert Forex, thank you for listening, and I hope you have a really bright forex trading future, and hope the information you gained today helps you in that way. Thank you very much. Bye.